morning, everybody, and welcome to Central Florida as we welcome you to Week 5 of Major League Volleyball action coming at you from Edition Financial Arena here in Orlando, Florida. The Atlanta Vibe taking on the Orlando Valkyries. A reunion between two teams who last saw each other in the semifinals a season ago. Welcome courtside. Sean Davison alongside my All-American at Florida State, Madison Fitzpatrick. And Madison, it's the first time these two teams meet in 2026. And if there's one thing we've learned to this point, anybody can beat anybody in 2026. Orlando's 4-0 on the road. They're 1-2 on their own floor. Atlanta is on the comeback trail after a 3-match losing skid. So what do you expect to learn about each of these teams here tonight?
Well, this is going to be a good test for both teams because these teams are similar in the fact that when they're in system, they run a very balanced, dynamic offense. Both of these teams have really active outsides, opposites, and middles when they're in system. So what it's going to come down to today is the serve and pass game. Who can bring the pressure from the service line, and then who can control that first ball contact, get it to the setter so they can run their full offense.
Should be a lot of fun to watch each of these teams operate. And they both feel like they are starting to gain that traction. Orlando maybe lost a little bit for a couple of matches. Of course, Atlanta on that 3-match skid, but they feel like they're taking steps in the right direction as they get set to face each other.
Absolutely, and it's a long season. There are well over 20 matches in the season, so both teams are still getting a hang of it, figuring each other out, working on their chemistry, working on their setter-hitter connection. There's a lot that both of these teams are figuring out every single game. They're learning so much about themselves every single game, and this is going to be a great test. This is the first time these two teams have met this season, so I'm looking forward to this one. Each
team in the league will face each other 4 times in total all the way around in the season, so still a lot of Vibe and Valkyries matchups to come.
Yep.
It'll be our first look at each of them together on the floor tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Starters have headed to the floor, and we're about ready to get this match started here at Edition Financial Arena. Decent crowd filing in here on the campus of the University of Central Florida. We'll take a second to introduce you to the starting lineups for Atlanta. It'll be Ava Martin getting the start, as well as Raven Colvin, Anna Dixon, Leah Edmond gets the call, Corey Lewis, and Avery Carlson, the starting setter, the first-round draft pick out of SMU. Meanwhile, for Orlando, a lot to discuss and a different look for Amy Pauley's Valkyries. Hannah Maddox, Natalie Foster, Naya Chimay will get the start on the opposite. More on that in a second. Courtney Schwann, Bree Kelly, and Champu will be the starting setter as per usual for Orlando. It'll be Hannah Maddox back to serve to get us started. And as we await to get things going, obviously a lot of you at home who watch this Orlando team are wondering what's going on with Brittany Abercrombie, the reigning league MVP. I had a chance to chat with Amy Pauley during Orlando's serve and pass, and Brittany is out with a lower leg injury. It's not bad enough where Orlando has to really worry about putting her on IR of any sort. Amy Pauley said, you know, the prognosis is good, but we just need to rest her. We're optimistic we're going to get her back sometime soon. But for now, it's Naya Chimay who's going to get the start on the opposite. And Madison, she's plenty capable.
Absolutely plenty capable. That is a great person to have next man up in that position. Every time she comes onto the court in that dub-sub position earlier in these matches, she's made quite the difference. She's got big pop on the ball. She can accumulate a lot of numbers, and she's got a great block.
Well, Hannah Maddox has a lot of pop as well. She's also a pretty good server, had 4 aces against Omaha. She gets us started, and speaking of players who can put some heat on the ball, how about Leah Edmond, the inaugural MVP of this league, was in the conversation for basically the entirety of 2025, and she's been one of the best players in 2026 as well.
Slowing down Leah Edmond is going to be a huge key for the Valkyries because she can go off.
Here is Naya Chimay, number 7 in dark blue off the right side, going off speed over the block. Ava Martin, number 12, the L2 for Omaha, or excuse me, for Atlanta. My bad there, as Leah Edmond goes high into the block and is turned down. And that is an area that Amy Pauley said she really does like Naya Chimay. She likes a lot of things about her, says she's profiling well, but on the block especially, thinks that could be something really good for Orlando.
And so this is a good matchup then, Naya Chimay versus the top scorer of Leah Edmond.
Competitive serve there, but through the back nonetheless. Raven Colvin will now rotate off the floor, the second-year pro who played her college volleyball at Purdue. That'll send Natalie Foster back to serve. The SMU product had 64 aces her senior year there. Was the ace queen a season ago with 64 in the MLV. Rampelberg does a good job on first contact, and Atlanta goes to Corey Lewis out of the middle. Lewis up defensively with the rejection. And boy, Atlanta is really looking to get consistent production out of the middles. They like what they're seeing defensively, trying to get them going offensively as well.
That's exactly what Coach Kayla Banworth told us coming into this matchup. They need to get the ball to Corey Lewis more.
Already got the ball to number 22 in black. Champu gets it to Bree Kelly. And Bree Kelly has had a number of starts here, number 21 in that dark blue for Orlando, the first-round draft pick out of Pitt, and she's really starting to come into form offensively.
And this is why the serve and pass game is so important. That serve not tough enough, good pass in system, straight to Bree Kelly, who's so efficient.
So it's Kelly off the gap for the kill for Orlando. Edmond nearly dug back over. And that is a smart swing off the block and out.
Coach Amy Polly, when building this team for this season, wanted to add dimension to the offense. And so what Hannah Maddox and Charity Looper both bring is that big attack in the back row.
So Nia Chimay back to serve. Missed connection there. Anna Dixon just had to shove it. Nearly was good enough for a kill. Edmond turns it down the line for the kill. Leah Edmond, number 13 in black. Get ready to hear her name often.
Double-digit kills in every single match. 6 out of 7 of those matches, she had more than 16 kills. She's got more than twice as much kills as the rest of the team.
Averages over 4 kills per set while hitting over 300 off the left. Schwann into the block and turned down to the floor.
And I do want to make something clear. She's got more than twice as many kills as the second leading scorer on this team. And she just gets the ball a lot. She takes a lot of attempts, and she's got a lot of range.
That's an interesting thought there. Kelly off speed over the top. Lewis running off the gap. 5-3 Atlanta. Chimay off the T-ball.
That's something that Brittany Abercrombie brings to that position, is that D-ball attack. Nia Chimay is just as capable. She's so explosive and dynamic even from that back row attack.
13th overall pick in the 2024 draft. Spent her first year in Grand Rapids. Off the backside of the setter Carlson, there is Corey Lewis. I hesitate to call that a back one look because they're all the way on that right pin, but still, offense behind the setter here for the Atlanta Middles.
And that's exactly what Kayla Banworth wanted. Get the ball to Corey Lewis, get her involved.
Maddox will want high hands. Atlanta pulled them down in time. The lead goes to 3 for the visiting Vibe. That'll extend the service of Corey Lewis, the second-year pro out of Florida State. Maddox, what a swing.
It's a wonderful swing and a really good set by Champu. Champu is really good at running the offense even when she's off the net. She's behind that 3-meter line, but she can get her body around it, square her hips, and get that ball all the way out to Hannah Maddox's shoulder.
4th start of the season, 5th match played of the season for Hannah Maddox, who has already shown what she can do offensively. One of the better offensive players in the league last season. Good first ball contact by Leah Edmond, and it opens up the middles yet again. And Raven Colvin has been the one who has really been gaining traction of late.
Yeah, she's coming off of 9 kills on 22 attempts, hitting close to 400. Coach Banworth is happy with the amount that they're getting her the ball.
Hit 360 to be specific against the Mojo in the 4-set win in the Gas South Arena. Maddox once again from the pin, no high hands by Atlanta. So Orlando just, frankly, Madison, a little more error prone to start.
Exactly, and that's natural. They need to get into a rhythm, but Hannah Maddox, 2 errors, I believe, so far. I'd expect her to get into more of a rhythm as the game continues.
Atlanta hitting at 500 while Orlando is hitting at 0 so far. Maddox turned back by the block, covered by Schwann. Chimay off hands. Ava Martin into the cross court and out. The rookie out of Creighton is on the board.
And we're going to get a timeout. I think that's a great call. Atlanta's in a rhythm. They're playing a lot more efficiently in transition and in serve receive. Ava Martin is one of those rookies that when getting the opportunity, she has totally taken advantage of it. Coach Banworth told me coming into this, when she was at Creighton, which she was last year, she had a slower set. They ran a slower ball to her, but they felt like her timing was getting better. She's only going up from here, just getting the rhythm and the timing of the speed of the pros. She's got it down now, and so that's why she's got the start.
Second overall pick in the 2025 MLV draft, in fact, Ava Martin. And that's something that, frankly, Kayla Banworth mentioned a few times, whether it was for Ava Martin, whether it was for Avery Carlson, whether it was still for a Corey Lewis, who, by the way, last year was the Rookie of the Year in this league, still trying to speed up and get used to the pace of pro play.
Exactly. She said they're a young team, but that's why it's so nice to have Leah Edmond as your cornerstone, a 6-year pro. Has her hand in every aspect of the game. You need a leader like that when you've got such a young team.
I've been bringing in also Britt Rampelberg, who's had a tremendous international career, 8 years, in fact, as a pro, the libero for Atlanta number 8. Teodora Pusic. Martin drops the hammer.
It was the defensive play at the net that really set Atlanta up in that play to get the point. First, they got a block, good press over by Raven Colvin and Anna Dixon. Then they got the block touch, which allowed them to run that ball in transition and get the kill.
Kayla Banworth said they felt that Ava was ready for the opportunity against the Mojo. She recorded 12 kills in that match. Already has a couple in this one. Anna Dixon turned back by the block. Atlanta able to recycle. This time they won't, though. Natalie Foster is able to redirect it to the floor.
And that was a good read by Natalie Foster. She was there, she was set, but then she saw Ava Martin. Watch her drop her shoulder, drop her elbow just a little bit. Natalie Foster sees that, knows she's going off speed, and can delay her jump and block.
Off the pick, there's Leah Edmond.
I love the aggression that Leah Edmond brings every time she attacks. She's leading the team with 127 kills coming into this, and there's no question why. She's a gamer, she's a baller. She comes out ready to kill the ball every single match.
No, I just looked down at my notes for Leah Edmond, and I wrote, does it all. I wrote all in all caps and underlined it 3 times. Pusic will set the out of system for Chimay. That's a good swing by Nia Chimay.
I love that decision. Nia Chimay has a lot of range, but what it comes down to at this level is the decision making and when to bring out what. She gets her feet to the ball. She knows that ball's not really all the way over to her shoulder. She doesn't have her full attack, so she made a smart play, high hands.
Still a 5-point lead for Atlanta, who runs the gap with Colvin to extend it to 6.
Just obvious that Kayla Banworth has been putting it in Avery Carlson's face. We need to set the middle when we're in system. They've done such a good job right out of the gates. Raven Colvin is so efficient when she gets the ball.
Carlson, who like Martin was a first-round draft pick this season. Atlanta had a couple of them. She was drafted 7th overall, coming off 50 assists in the win over the Mojo. 22 digs as well as Courtney Schwann goes off speed over the top and into the campfire for Orlando. And that is the craftiness you come to expect from Courtney.
Craftiness is the perfect word to describe her. She's got the off speed down. She's able to disguise it. She's got so many tools in her toolbox, and she's really smart when she pulls them out.
And if you're Orlando looking to go on a run, this could be the best server for that. But when you have that aggressive hybrid serve, sometimes you're going to miss a few. Amy Pauley and company willing to live with the misses because of what she can do in terms of the aces.
Absolutely. She gets the green light every single time because what she can do.
Schwann did catch hands, and I believe that was also ruled into the cross court and down for the kill for Courtney Schwann.
Orlando's going to need a big game from Courtney Schwann because you don't have Brittany Abercrombie in, Charity Looper not in. They're going to need a top scorer, and Courtney Schwann's got to step up.
Edmond. Now that's a great point, Madison. You're trying to find contributions beyond what you're getting to make up for the players who were the headliners. The 7 or 8 combined points that Charity Looper, Brittany Abercrombie, we haven't seen Kaz Brown, are responsible for. Leah Edmonds, she can rack up points in a variety of ways. She's already had several kills, and now she's tacked on an ace. What a start for number 13 in black, and the Vibe leading by 7 on the road. Back here in Orlando, Leah Edmonds sent us to our technical timeout in this first set. Off of an ace serve, she serves once more and gets the overpass. And Leah Edmonds' service run will continue.
It's the pace behind Leah Edmonds' serve that makes it so difficult to pass. And also it floats, so it's going to catch you high. You have to be really active with your feet, get your platform there early, and angle that platform into the court. It's difficult.
5 kills on 7 swings, an ace, and now an extended run at the line. Maddox off the pick will register the kill for Orlando.
That was a beautiful pass. That was such a good pass. That serve is coming at Teodora Pusic so fast, but she got there, got the pass, really had to muscle through it. And Hannah Maddox is another one of those players that's got to step up because Abercrombie is out. She definitely has the tools to do so.
Pusic, a 17-year pro out of Serbia. Each of these teams going European to round out that libero look. They've got younger American players that also are part of that back row dynamic, but going to Europe to bring in some folks that are familiar with playing pro volley at a really high level. It's been fun to watch.
And both coaches speak very highly of what those liberos bring to the team, the experience, the stability as well.
And there is Pusic on the pass. Maddox high off the block, a joust pulled back out by Orlando. Chimay kept up by guess who? Leah Edmonds. Martin off the top of the block. Orlando's going to be out of system. Maddox into the cross court, kept alive by Pia Timmer. And Maddox misses wide.
Coach Caleb Anworth said coming into this, they're going to have to play scrappy defense. They're going to have to scrap through some ugly plays in transition. Atlanta's doing a better job of that and playing cleaner right now.
And they've got 3 outsides on the floor. Timmer in as a serve sub. That is a pancake. It is still up, and now it's finally down.
That was a beautiful pancake. You have to appreciate that. You've got some breathing room if you're in the Vibe. First of all, great up by Maddox. Good wherewithal to be there, get set, get your hand underneath it, but it's the block that finishes it. And that's something about the Valkyries game. When the block heats up, it's almost like it bleeds into the rest of their game.
Carlson calls her own number. And Maddox is able to sneak it inside the block. Wasn't quite sealed.
Yeah, Shampoo does such a good job at setting up her hitters in one-on-one situations. She delays the set. She holds that middle blocker on the other side of the net. That's why it's good to run such a balanced offense, but Shampoo just has such good wherewithal on what's happening on the other side.
It's an interesting point, Madison, because it's the balance and the speed together that beats the block.
Absolutely, and it's situational awareness. Shampoo knows when to set the hot hands, when to mix it up. One-on-one situations are hard to create, but she does so regularly.
And in a league like the MLV this year, where 47% of the sets played coming into tonight, there's 114 played coming into tonight, 53 of them have been decided by 3 points or fewer. To see a runaway like this is also, it's a rarity, and so it's a real testament to what Atlanta has done. They have been firing on all cylinders so far. Chimay will get a look dug up by Rampelburn. That's been the bright spot for Orlando.
And what that was a great read by Natalie Foster. She had some help up there. Watch Hannah Maddox also come in, help. But it's the read by Natalie Foster, reading the shoulder, reading the attack angle, diving those arms into the seam and sealing off the net.
A couple of blocks now for Foster, number 13. Dixon tools the block for the kill, number 24 in black.
Off of 1 foot, too. Dixon so athletic. Watch this, going off of 1 foot, almost like a slide approach. Really well done. She cut it off at the right time and was able to swipe it off the hands of the block.
Lead back to 7. Atlanta into the red zone. Final 5 points of the set. We go to 25. Win by 2, and Dixon strings together kills, this time off the overpass.
Anna Dixon's feeling herself. She's coming off of a season high 15 kills, and Coach Banworth has always spoke so highly of her. Her ability to mix up the attack, to bring the aggression, her athleticism, how dynamic she is. She said against San Diego, we needed someone to score points because they have some options in that opposite position, but she said we needed someone to score points, and Hannah Dixon is that person for them right now offensively.
And the layers of decision making there, right? Whether it's you're looking for point scoring, which everybody's looking for point scoring, don't get me wrong, but whether that's the priority versus, you know, you want to try to shut down a lethal attacker on the other side of the net. And then it's also the size of the blockers that are going to be in front of you. Where do you think you can take advantage of a matchup there? It was a really interesting conversation that Kayla Banworth sort of walked us through.
Absolutely, and she said a lot of it for them is matchup based. Aiko Jones is a huge block. Last season she said she was one of the best blockers on their team. And she said against Indy, when the Vi played Indy, they needed to shut down the left sides, so they went with Aiko. Now they need some point production offensively, so they're going with Anna Dixon. It's really nice to have that depth.
They have used all of it already here in this first set. It has been an impressive one for Atlanta. And Nia Chimay showing what she can do. Several kills for Nia Chimay. She's been a real bright spot here in this first set for Orlando.
Yep, what they need from Nia Chimay is consistency, and they have to fill the 4.16 points per set that Brittany Abercrombie usually has.
Well, Chimay, for her credit, does have 3 kills on 8 swings. As Atlanta creeps ever closer to the finish line here in set number 1, just 2 points away from winning it. Chimay, it's another kill for Nia Chimay.
What I love about that route is how inside it was. Nia Chimay did such a good job at getting her feet to the ball. They ran her a couple feet inside the antenna, which really stresses the block and opens up areas for you to score.
Orlando's starting to figure it out offensively, stringing together some kills. Looks like it'll be too late here to salvage the first set, but we still play on. Opportunity here for the Vibe. It'll go to Edmond, turned back by the block. Dixon swinging away off the right. Off the free ball. Lewis running off the gap. Out of system for Schwann. Great rally. Edmond off speed over the top, kept up by Schwann. Lewis is stopped.
Best rally of the night, and there's not a better way to end a rally, in my opinion, than a stuffed block. Bree Kelly with a beautiful read. Even though Bree Kelly's only a rookie, she's got a lot of experience against top attackers. She's very physical and invasive over the net, and the Valkyries needed that point.
And here comes Natalie Foster to serve, and it's an overpass. Chimay. She has been the hot hand offensively. Timeout, Atlanta.
Whoa, that went straight down. That was such a powerful swing. I will never forget her former head coach, Sam Erger, at SMU. Whenever I talked to her, about Shimei. She said Shimei's job is to jump and thump and put the ball away, and that's exactly what she just did. She's got a super high vertical, and she can put a lot of power on that ball. It was a beautiful set by Shampoo as well.
When you said that, that brought memories back.
Jump and thump and put it away.
Jumping and thumping. Yep, and that is exactly what she's doing tonight. Nia Shimei, 5 kills on 10 swings, no errors.
Hitting 500, and Brittany Abercrombie is very consistent. She's very low error. This is exactly what they needed from Nia Shimei. I said it before, this girl steps up. Whenever she gets the opportunity, she does step up.
So can Orlando ride this wave of momentum? Atlanta is just 2 points away from the set, but the Valkyries as close as they've been to the vibe really since the early stages of this set. Edmond, that's the run buster, and no surprises there. Leah Edmond's gonna get the high leverage swing, and for good reason.
Coach Banworth said when you need someone to score a point, you look to Leah Edmond. When you need someone to kill a bick or do an aggressive serve, you look to Edmond. She carries that load for this team.
Shimei, why not? Off speed picked up by Carlson, out of system for Edmond, into the cross court, and that'll do it. Leah Edmond calls set 1.
And the block was towards the line. Leah Edmond had a whole lot of cross, put so much pop on the ball, such a sharp angle, and Atlanta seals the deal.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Edition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
Caleb Banworth's team silencing the skeptics.
We have had a phenomenal team as we look to bring home a championship in season 3.
We're continuing to get better, and I'm really excited because we haven't played our best volleyball yet.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
Set 2 coming your way here in Central Florida. Atlanta taking on Orlando at Edition Financial Arena, the number 2 team in the league at 5-2. The Valkyries hosting the 3-4 Atlanta Vibe, who check in at least tonight, in 5th place in the league standings. Still a lot of season left. Each of these teams expected to be playoff teams. They met a season ago in the semifinals, Orlando winning that in 4 after they split their 4 matchups in the regular season. Sean Davis and Madison Fitzpatrick. These teams have switched sides. It's Atlanta on the left, Orlando on your right, and Avery Carlson gets us back underway. Nia Chimay off the right, number 7 in that dark blue, was the hot hand offensively for Orlando in the first set. And that is an attack error by Ava Martin. Sharp indeed, but too deep and missed the sideline.
And looking at this Orlando team in that first set, I think they need to get the middles involved more. Nia Chimay held up her side of the bargain, 5 kills. So I think the middles need to get a bit more involved and need a little bit more production from the outside to take the set.
Speaking of production from the outside, whether she is physically on the outside, she's off the pick, she's at the service line, she's in the block, Leah Edmond will always be productive.
In that first set, 7 kills, hitting 500. That's another area for the Valkyries. They have to hone in on slowing her down because she can take over.
She also set an out-of-system assist in the first set. Natalie Foster dug up. And that is blocked back into the antenna. It'll be a point for Atlanta. That's as good as a tool.
And that's a great follow-through by Anna Dixon. That's on purpose. She's following through with that ball. Good eye sequence, seeing the hands of the blocker, following through and swiping it off the arms of Courtney Schwann.
That's service error by Ava Martin. 2-all here in set 2. It'll send Natalie Foster back to serve. Coming off a career high 6 aces on the road at Columbus. Got a little help from her friend, the Nets, and there is ace number 1 tonight.
And that's why you give her the green light, because really it is less risk and more reward for Natalie Foster. It's a hybrid serve, it dips and dives so much, and there's so much pace behind it.
Now the net does reserve the right to not be her friend here. She don't need that friend. No friends necessary, no new friends for Natalie Foster, 2 aces in a row.
And she contacts it so high. That's another aspect of it. Because she's so tall, she's got long arms, so that ball is coming at a downward trajectory towards you.
Has the ability to wreak havoc in this phase right here. And Leah Edmond is able to chase her off the service line. Coincidentally, Edmond was right up there in terms of, for maybe the first half of the season, being toe for toe with Foster in terms of the service count.
Yeah, but I love that physicality at the net. Leah Edmond wanted that. She went for it. It was a good up by Shampoo, but nonetheless, Atlanta point.
4-3, Orlando. Not the connection they were looking for there to Kelly. Dixon, dug by Maddox. And an opportunity for the vibe. That's too tight. Point is going to go to Atlanta. They're going to call Courtney Schwann for being in the plane.
That's one of those, if you're Corey Lewis, you are so happy that the Valkyries were in the net. You got to get that ball on your side.
Back to Nia Chimay. And I think you're right, Madison, right? You got to get the middles going some way, somehow, but you cannot also lose track of Nia Chimay, who's on a heater so far.
Exactly, and she's the one that's scoring. She's the hot hands right now. Shampoo does a good job at finding her no matter the situation. Now she's in the back row, so watch her on the D-ball.
Corey Lewis. Schwann into the cross court, dug by Rempelberg. Out of system. Still up. And in the net. Boy, that whole rally seemed funky and off balance. Great defensive plays on both sides to keep the rally going, but alas, the net ball puts an end to it.
Yeah, you got a triple block up there, blocking that back row attack, but just at the very end, Leah Edmond being aggressive, attack the net a little bit. The Valkyries are ahead by 2. Good lead.
Edmond takes it on first contact. Lewis swings off the gap. Schwann. Usage able to recycle. Dixon, what an angle. 2-2.
And that's so difficult to do. Come in so aggressive, drop your pinky, cross-body swing. It's so sharp. See the block giving her that angle, and she got the kill.
The service there by Anna Dixon, who spent time in Florida, also played at Missouri. And that'll give way now to Courtney Schwann, the All-American at Washington, who plays in the off-season in Italy and in the Philippines. Just a volleyball junkie, Schwann, number 4 in blue. Maddox over the cross court, kept alive by Edmond, who attacks in transition. Wow.
Leah Edmond does such a good job at getting on top of the ball. She's not underneath it, she's on top of it. She's got her full swing, she's snapping her wrist. And shout out to Corey Lewis, who's doing a really good job getting these block touches, very involved at the net defensively.
She's slowing down everything. Rampelberg, what an effort. Maddox put a little extra on that, and Hannah Maddox has another kill.
I love that play. Watch it go down. Middle blocker, Corey Lewis jumping with Bree Kelly, leaving a one-on-one situation for Hannah Maddox, who was really smart swinging down the line there. They brought her inside, stacked him up a little bit, and that stressed the block.
Good pass. Lewis off speed over the top, and that is enough. And I mean, 2 sets in, Madison, we're not even fully 2 sets in, and you can see whether or not it results in kills, the intentionality that Atlanta has to go to the middle and to try to establish Lewis and Colvin.
Yeah, Coach Kayla Banwer said we need to get her involved in transition, and they're running her faster, and it's something she's not as used to.
Natalie Foster runs off the gap there, number 13 for Orlando. We play on for now. Orlando thought that that rally should have ended a while ago. And so Courtney Schwann is going to go over to have a word with our up referee, Landry Homscher, joined by our R2, or our down official, Michelle Prater. And Orlando has been issued a yellow card.
Interesting. Courtney Schwann is so even keel, I don't know if she's ever gotten a yellow card in her life.
Wow.
Sometimes that adds a little extra motivation too.
Orlando leads it by 2. We'll see how they respond to that. Edmond picked up by Pusic. Foster. Chimay. Off hands, played up. Dixon off the D-ball. Chimay crashes in. What a swing.
Back-to-back, incredible out-of-system setting by Teodora Pusic. So well done, putting Nia Chimay in a great position to score. That was hard. She had to work over the shoulder, dropping her right shoulder, angling that platform, getting it all the way to Chimay. And I love that Chimay took a big rip on that.
It's been that kind of night for Nia Chimay. Ava Martin will try again. Maddox wants high hands, doesn't catch him. That's not the call she got. Amy Polly looking at her squad. I don't know that anybody is wanting to challenge. Doesn't look like we'll see one. You get 7 seconds after a rally to decide if you're going to or not. So it'll be point Atlanta. Avery Carlson will serve. Chimay this time goes off speed, picked up by Rampelberg. Point Orlando, and now Atlanta is called for being in the plane. You cannot attack a ball that is deemed to be on the other side of the net, and the Vibe are going to challenge.
Atlanta is challenging, reaching over.
And a new rule change this season, you only get 1 challenge. So coaches hold the challenge a little closer to their chest now, but when you're confident, you go for it. And it seemed like the Vibe and Kayla Banworth were very confident. hard from that angle to exactly see her hand, and if she contacted the ball over the net in the plane of the Valkyries. It's a good angle. I'm not sure, I'm watching it right now from the ref stand in slow-mo. I'm not sure if she made contact with the ball on the other side of the net. She either got really close and barely touched it, or there was no contact made.
Well, that adds a layer to the proceedings, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
As it stands, it's Point Orlando. They lead the second set by 3. And since we've got the momentary delay, hey, we'll take another look.
From that angle, that is really hard to tell. It looks like, to me, I'm glad I'm not a referee, but it looks like there's a little bit of space in between her hand and the ball.
Now again, the call on the floor was that Ava Martin reached over and was in the plane of the Valkyries when that ball was sent down.
Yep.
And we're going to replay the point because even though it's a successful challenge,
After review,
bear in mind,
there was no touch for reaching beyond the net. Whistle occurred before another fault happened. Therefore, it's a replay.
and that is a good explanation by Landry Homscher. Orlando could have played on. The rally was blown dead, so it's not like that ball was down and it was awarded to Orlando and you would just reverse the point. Because the rally could continue, it will continue in kind with another service by Carlson. The point taken from Orlando, nothing given to Atlanta. They keep their challenge, and it's a 2-point second set. Back bump by Shampoo, and Nia Shimei cannot miss right now.
Nia Shimei continually stepping up to the challenge. Credit Shampoo with the bump set. Hannah Maddox getting targeted on serve receive there. So Shampoo really had to extend herself to get that ball all the way to the opposite.
Raven Colvin, number 5 in black. Another kill for the Atlanta Middles.
Raven Colvin has only been set 4 times in this match, but she's got 3 kills out of those 4, hitting .750.
Recorded as many as 11 kills with Grand Rapids a season ago. Had the 9 against San Diego. And boy, much like you hear football games are won up front in the trenches, this whole match has been so incredibly tight and hard fought at the net.
And it was good, strong hands by Courtney Schwann. Trying to get the tool, but no, her hands were so strong and disciplined over the net.
Edmond off hands and out.
The Vibe is doing a good job. Even though they're down, they're siding out pretty efficiently. They're not letting the Valkyries go on any runs. The Valkyries have been ahead by 2 for a majority of the set, but haven't been able to go on any runs.
Shimei. Ball is recycled. Maddox rolls it through the blockers and down off the Bick. That's another kill for number 14.
Coach Amy Polly said coming into the season, we need all 4 routes running at the exact same time. Shampoo's in the back row. The Bick is a wonderful outlet when she's behind that 10-foot line. And Hannah Maddox is really consistent on that.
7th kill for Maddox. Shimei. That'll be an attack error on Nia Shimei. That'll bring Atlanta back within a couple. Another opportunity for Nia. And Corey Lewis swaps it out.
That's one of those where if you're a middle attacker, you want to transition off the net. So in a situation like that, you would have your full approach. Corey Lewis just not transitioning as far off the net as she needed to in that situation.
Second attack error by Corey Lewis. Offset by 3 kills. There's Brie Kelly.
Both of these teams are kind of similar in the fact, and we've seen it actually throughout the league, these coaches are saying we need to run our middles more. We need to get them involved more in transition and inside out. Oh, we will get a challenge.
Atlanta is challenging reaching beyond the net.
And that would have been Brie Kelly in the middle of that play. I saw Brie when she came down, she kept her hands up as if to say, I just went straight up and down. I did not reach over the net. I think she saw this challenge coming.
And as we get set to take a look at some of these replay angles from our MLV review system, Madison, I think it goes right back to the point that I was just making. Yes, in volleyball, naturally, things are going to be decided by your front row attackers. I get that. But I was talking more so in terms of there have been a lot of tight contacts at the net. Balls that have been shoved down, rejections, if you will. Orlando's had a few blocks. Now we've seen a couple of in-the-plane calls. It has been really tight at the net.
Both teams are very physical. They bring that physicality. Let's take a look at this MLV replay system. And nope. Atlanta will lose the challenge. The Valkyries will get the point.
There was no reaching beyond.
So that is the second time the Vibe have challenged. They won the first one, but because the rally could have continued when it was blown dead, we had a replay of the point, so there wasn't the typical 2-point swing. This could have been if they were right. Instead, they were wrong. No challenges left for Atlanta. The lead is 4 for Orlando. Edmond on the attack. And Nia Shimei, who else will send us we might have had another. We might have just had another in the playing call, another reach over call. I'm not sure, or maybe that was an illegal back row attack,
yes.
maybe 3 meter?
Yes, I believe that's what it was. Nia Shimei's foot crossed over the 3-meter line before she jumped.
Well, there's a service error, and that will send us to the technical timeout here in set 2 with Orlando leading it by 4 over Atlanta. Simba Cam here, a lot of kids being hoisted into the air. Now, Madison, I was doing a softball game in Tallahassee last night where kids are being hoisted into like 40-degree air. No, thank you. Ava Martin into the cross court. And Shimei goes off speed off the D-ball. Picked up for the moment. But Orlando didn't have anybody in any position to record a second contact there.
That was smart, coming in strong, looking like she's going to attack the ball, not showing it too early. Defense on their heels, not able to pick that up. Also to note, Colby Neal, number 15 for the Valkyries, is in. And we'll see what she can do. Valkyries are up by 3.
Second time that Colby Neal has seen the floor for Orlando this season. Just one set of action before tonight. And here she is, off one foot. Colby Neal, welcome to the party.
Drafted in the second round, number 13 overall in this year's draft. Off of 1 foot, identifying the hands of the block, but really what that was just overpowering it like a sniper of a swing.
The proud Arizona State Sun Devil is on the board. Raven Colvin records the kill off the touch.
Neither team having that efficient of a set.
No.
Atlanta Vibe hitting 148, Valkyries hitting 100. It's been kind of messy, but this is a big set. Who can outlast when the offense isn't as clean as it usually is?
Neal runs out of room right in front of us.
Good service pressure by Avery Carlson.
That's an ace serve for Avery. Maddox charges in on the attack. Dixon had to back up on that one. Chimay. One and up by Edmond. And Schwann just couldn't get there.
Coach Caleb Anworth talks about the tempo of this offense and what they're trying to do. It is a quick offense. It was a fast pass. Avery Carlson did a good job at getting there, running through her outside Ava Martin, but with the tempo offense, your net defense isn't able to get comfortable. Your block is shifting. They're trying to get there. They're reaching. They're not set. So that's why you run the tempo offense. Also, something to note, the Atlanta Vibe has really amped up their service pressure, which in return, the passes off the net for the Valkyries, it makes their offense less nuanced. They have less options, and they're able to make a play in transition and then eventually get the point.
Yeah, just looking at the passing numbers for Orlando in general, 31% positive or perfect at this point. That is not going to get the job done.
And the Vibe at 38%. So the service pressure has been good. What I like from the Vibe in this set is that they haven't gone away. The Valkyries will take a little lead, but the Vibe keeps their foot on the gas pedal and has not shied away.
Good service run here for Avery Carlson. Hannah Maddox. The swing Orlando needed.
And the Vibe is targeting Hannah Maddox to try and get her out of a rhythm, take her out of the offense. That's set inside, but Hannah Maddox did a great job at getting her feet to the ball and swinging with power.
And now Maddox herself will go back to serve. Colvin out of the middle, misses the sideline, point Orlando. First 25, win by 2 for the second set. Orlando trying to equalize at the intermission. Atlanta does not have a challenge at their disposal at this point. After a successful, then an unsuccessful challenge. Madison, you mentioned it earlier. Each team only has one. Every team only has one per set this season in the MLV. So the Vibe call a timeout to put an end to that little skid there. And this has been the way this set has played out, to your point. Couple
clicking like it usually does. They kept their foot on the gas pedal, like I said, kind of muscled through it. Shampoo's doing a great job at spreading out the offense. She got Colby Neal involved there on the slide. We'll see if they can hang on.
Good serve there by Maddox. And Martin misses the back corner. You said service pressure is really where things start, and we're seeing it back the other way now.
And that was a good pass by Rampelberg. We know what Ava Martin was trying to do there, grab some high hands, just barely missed.
And that'll miss the end line. Point to Atlanta. Orlando is first to the red zone, final 5 points of a set. Pia Timmer will come in to serve in place of Ava Martin. Timmer, who was that second outside option last year behind Leah Edmond. Been a bit of a rotation between her and Martin. Primarily had been Timmer until late. Hey, Colby Neal. At first she was off 1 foot, now they're running her off the gap.
Taking a little bit of space, like you said, on the gap set from Shampoo. I will note, Shampoo said that with one hand, kept her body out of the net. The pass is looking like it could go into the net. Shampoo rises into the air, one hand. The ball control from Shampoo is elite. And I love the fact that Colby Neal was available. She was up, she was available.
Natalie Foster checks in to serve. Colvin is able to put that ball away and put an end to the Foster service run. It wasn't even a service run, it was just one, and that is a best case scenario for the Vibe.
What I like about Raven Colvin's attack is a lot of time with the middles, you'll see him swing really sharp, get on top of the ball, hit it pretty shallow. Raven Colvin likes to swing deep to the corners, and it's really successful.
Shanae pops it over. Dixon, not yet. Schwann got it inside the block and down.
Courtney Schwann did a little bit of everything in that play. I talk about the strength of her hands on the block. It was a good block by her in the middle of that rally. Running a little quicker of a set. Middle blocker Corey Lewis a little late to close, kind of off the net, not pressing over, and Courtney Schwann took advantage.
4-point lead for Orlando. 3 points from the equalizer as Corey Lewis goes to work offensively. The reigning rookie of the year has to find another gear for Atlanta.
Coach Banworth said she didn't go fast in college, so they're working on the speed of her attack, the tempo. She's coming off of 5 kills on 7 attempts, so pretty consistent. They just need to get her the ball more.
Service error by the Vibe pushes Orlando 1 point closer. And here comes the dub sub for the Valkyries. And so usually this is where Hannah Pukas checks in with Nia Shimei, with Brittany Abercrombie out with a lower leg injury that, if you're just joining us, Orlando doesn't expect to keep her off the floor for long. Lindsay Vanderweide, who's usually on the outside for Orlando, has rotated to the right and joins Hannah Pukas in the dub sub look. And there is a blueprint for that. Vanderweide did play off the right in the Philippines in the offseason in the championship match, no less. Dixon off the D ball, but the rally is blown dead. An illegal back row attack is the call.
The refs are locked in on that.
It's a good swing, though.
Great swing. I love the aggression. That foot just can't cross over the line.
Bingo. Carlson calls her own number. Pusic with the out-of-system pneumatics, and we are tied 1 set apiece.
Hannah Maddox has been really good whenever the set is inside on getting her feet to the ball and being able to turn it down the line.
What a response by Orlando, winning set 2 by 6 to knot things up 1 set apiece at Addition Financial Arena.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Addition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the Vibe and get tickets now. Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
What's our vibe? It's explosive. It's powerful. It's fun. Every serve hits hard. Every block hits harder. This is Atlanta's pro volleyball team. All ATL. All vibe. The energy is unmatched. Come see what the hype is about. Catch the vibe and get tickets now at atlantavibe.com.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
Caleb Anworth's team silencing the skeptics.
We have had a phenomenal team as we look to bring home a championship in season 3.
We're continuing to get better, and I'm really excited because we haven't played our best volleyball yet.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Edition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
Intermission festivities here at Edition Financial Arena, where we are tied 1 set apiece between two teams who met in the semifinals a season ago. The Atlanta Vibe checking in as the number 5 team in the league, at least tonight, in Orlando at 5-2, the number 2 team in the league. And if you like defense and scrappiness, this has been the match for you. Welcome courtside. Sean Davidson alongside Madison Fitzpatrick. And Madison, this hasn't been the high-flying, huge hit percentage numbers that sometimes we do see from time to time. It's been more of that scrappy, grind-it-out kind of match that, sure, it's been fun to watch, but it hasn't been pretty at all times either.
Yeah, and so a lot of the times it's going to be whichever team can just grind through with the messy plays the best. I mean, the service pressure has been really good on both sides of the net. Right now, Atlanta is outpassing the Valkyries. They're passing 48% good or positive, whereas the Valkyries are in the 20s. So that's something that the Valkyries could get a little bit better at, but the Valkyries are out blocking Atlanta 5-3. So they're kind of going back and forth with these different categories, making it a pretty even set. It's obvious why it's 1-1.
Yep, both teams are hitting just shy or right around 200 through these first couple of sets, each with a couple of aces. As we take a look at the highlights so far, a spirited crowd taking in the action, and there has been plenty of it, Madison.
Yeah, there really has, and what I love about this is it hasn't been domination from either team. It's been both teams making amazing plays, good defensive plays, great out-of-system sets. Those were back-to-back by Courtney Schwann. So well done. Hannah Maddox has been really good in the back row off of the triple block. Ava Martin has come in and made an impact. Maybe they'll look for a little bit more production out of her in that next set. And then Shampoo's been doing what Shampoo does best with the one-arm set. Colby Neal came in that second set, went 2 for 2. That's exactly what they needed from her. She's been extremely efficient when she got the chance. And it's what's really impressive about that is Shampoo and Colby Neal haven't had a lot of playing time together on the court, but they look like they have.
What adjustments do you think you need to see from each of these teams as they try to figure out the puzzle pieces here at the intermission?
Well, I think for Atlanta, they need another player to step up. They need Ava Martin maybe to accumulate a few more points. I think for the Valkyries, Nia Shimei is doing a great job. They could work to get the middles involved a little bit more. Courtney Schwann could add a few more point productions. And then I think the Valkyries need to work on the pass. Like I said, 28% good or positive, so the pass has got to get there a little bit. And then for Atlanta, the blocking. Let's see if they can slow down Nia Shimei when she's hot. Like I said, it's back and forth. I have no idea where this next set's going to go.
And we'll see which one of these teams problem solves the best at the intermission. Tied 1 set apiece. Set 3 comes your way after these messages from Orlando.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Edition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the Vibe and get tickets now. Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching. What's our vibe? It's explosive. It's powerful. It's fun. Every serve hits hard. Every block hits harder. This is Atlanta's pro volleyball team. All ATL. All vibe. The energy is unmatched. Come see what the hype is about. Catch the vibe and get tickets now at atlantavibe.com.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Set 3 moments away here in Orlando. Orlando back on the left-hand side of your screen. Atlanta on the right. As we get set to go once more, tied 1 set apiece at the intermission. Anna Dixon takes the first swing for Atlanta. That is still up. Pia Timmer to the floor for the Vibe as the L2. And there's Hannah Maddox into the cross court and down number 14 in blue for Orlando, the leading scorer for the Valkyries.
A whole lot of space in the block for Hannah Maddox. Yep, middle blocker for Atlanta Vibe, jumping with Natalie Foster.
Into double figures now in the kill column for Hannah Maddox. Anna Dixon off the block and out.
That was a gorgeous set by Avery Carlson, reversing the flow, her body moving towards the outside. But throwing that ball back perfectly to Anna Dixon's right shoulder, who does a really good job, I've said this many times, following through, tooling off the block.
5th kill for Dixon to go along with a couple of errors. And that'll be a service error by Raven Colvin. She'll sub out. Rampelberg back onto the floor for the Vibe. Hannah Maddox, meanwhile, will rotate to the back row. That brings Courtney Schwann, number 4, up to the net for Orlando. Service error.
So far, the Vibe with 7 service errors. The Valkyries, that'll be their 6th.
Each team with a couple of aces to offset those. As Dixon serves, and Champu tries to go over on 2 and is called for the double. You can have a double contact, Madison, but it cannot be the contact that sends the ball over.
Yep, a player on your team has to contact it next for it to be legal.
Pusic jammed up there on serve receive. What a swing there by Courtney Schwann. We were talking in the commercial break. She is such a crafty player. We wanted to see her swing a few more times. Good things happening there.
And it's a great out-of-system set by Hannah Maddox. That's what the MLV does really well. The out-of-system setting has been really good. Courtney Schwann there timed out her approach perfectly.
Good serve by Orlando. They'll get an opportunity here offensively. Off the backside, there's Nia Chimay. Madison Fitzpatrick getting in on the act, knocking the ball back into play.
I want to play so bad.
Quality contact there by Mads.
Great set. Nia Chimay with all of that power, driving through the ball, dropping her thumb, and driving it off the hands.
A serve and another contact by Madison. That might have been an error, though. That one kind of went toward Conrad Talgat.
Put it on my stat sheet.
Uh-oh.
But good service pressure. Natalie Foster doing what she does best. That ball moves and dives with so much pace. You got to get your platform there early. Easier said than done. 3
aces for Foster. She's got every single ace for Orlando. And she's causing problems for Timmer, who has to attack out of system out of the back. Kelly off the gap. Still alive. What a set by Carlson.
All-around highlight reel kind of play for the Atlanta Vibe. What a dig by Anna Dixon. Beautiful set. Boom. Driving it down the line, getting on top of the ball perfectly. Leah Edmond has so much snap.
What a point. Chimay. Corey Lewis still up. And Hannah Maddox attacks out of the back. Another kill for Hannah.
Coach Amy Pauley said Hannah Maddox is a gamer. She is ready. Anytime she gets the opportunity, she's going in, firing on all cylinders. She's got that kind of game face, and you can tell when she rips at the ball, she wants the kill.
3rd time this season with 10 or more kills. Avery Carlson wins the joust, shoves it back to the floor over Courtney Schwann, and nobody able to cover for Orlando.
That was really well done. It was perfectly timed. That's the key there. Her back is to the net, but she timed it perfectly. As a setter, you have to have that kind of situational court awareness, and Avery Carlson has it.
A lot of times you'll see the setter win those. Chimay into the cross court. That is still up. Dug back over. Maddox firing away. Leah Edmonds going to dig it into the scorer's table. But boy, Hannah Maddox continues to apply more and more and more heat.
You have to appreciate the balance from Champu, and then the route that's being run. Bree Kelly is up in the air. As a middle, you have to be available, because what you're trying to do is keep that opposing middle blocker on you, keep her jumping with you, and that opens up Hannah Maddox for the back row attack.
Timmer off hands, that is up. Look at Nia Chimay laying out defensively. Orlando into the cross court. It's going to miss the sideline. Point to the Vibe. And the Valkyries are looking back at their bench, wanting Blake Omardian to press the monitor for a challenge. He will. I believe Orlando thinks there was a blocked touch.
What I love about that is whenever Bree Kelly came down, she was pointing to her ears. She said, I heard the touch. I heard the touch. So we'll see.
Orlando is challenging block touch.
There is Bree Kelly. Since she's on screen, first round draft pick for Orlando out of Pittsburgh. And she has been starting the last several matches. Kaz Brown not 100%, not able to go. She's also started one in place of Natalie Foster, who primarily came in a couple of matches ago, really only as a serve sub. And in those 3 starts, 16 kills for Bree Kelly, hitting .405 with just 1 error.
And Coach Amy Pauley said sometimes with rookies you don't know what you're going to get. But she said Bree Kelly is so hardworking. She talks to the older players. She asked the right questions, and she heard the touch, which is confirmed.
So Orlando listens to one of their newest pickups, and they are paid off by winning the challenge. They lead this set by 3. Schwann serves. Colvin off speed. Dixon. Dug up by Pusic. Hannah Maddox. Stabbed back by Dixon. That is still up. And an opportunity here for Atlanta. Timmer. Turned back. Off the Bick. Edmond dug up by Schwann. That'll be ruled out.
Oh, it was so close. I always say offense wins games, but defense wins championships. The defense on both sides of the net throughout that rally was absolutely incredible. Just barely missed by Shampoo.
Our MLV review system will give you all the way down to the millimeters look at whether or not a ball was in play. That'll never have to be challenged, as Nia Chimay, I don't even think that caught a piece of the block. I think that was primarily just into the tape.
You'd have to imagine the conversation with Amy Pauley and the Valkyries when they went into the timeout was to stay aggressive, because the Valkyries have. In this set, they came out firing on all cylinders.
A couple of points in a row for Atlanta. They've trimmed the lead down to 1. Schwann steps in on first contact. Off 1 foot, Kelly dug into the cross court by Carlson. Out of system for Timmer. And here's Hannah Maddox off hands. Still up and not able to get over. I mean, look, I get it. Orlando wins the point. Good swing by Hannah Maddox, but the fact that Atlanta did have an outside chance to swat that ball over is Leah Edmond right there laying out. My goodness, she can do everything.
And we talk about her offense. Her defense is just as good. She's got a cool double-double right now, and we're in the 3rd set.
All in a night's work. Colvin rejected by Foster.
Natalie Foster does a really good job at getting her hands into the seams. She's not just throwing her arms up. She's tracking, and then you see her diving those arms into that angle, sealing off the net.
Kelly tried to float it short, could not get it over the net.
Why you short serve is because you're trying to disrupt the options, the offensive routes on the other side of the net. So that was Bree Kelly's probable intention there, to disrupt some of the routes offensively. Just narrowly missed. It can be more of a high-risk serve.
So off the miss, Timmer will serve for Atlanta, trailing by 2. Hannah Maddox, what good offense by Orlando. Good pass and such a quick set to number 14.
Natalie Foster going up, causing Raven Colvin, look, jumping with her. And almost not even a one-on-one situation. Anna Dixon holding her hand up there saying, hey, my bad. She wasn't lined up with Hannah Maddox at all, who was running a little bit more inside.
And as much of a treat as it is to watch Leah Edmond work in the back row, watching Courtney Schwann in the back row, 2 of the best outsides defensively who can put up quality first contact. Edmond rotates up to the net here for the next several rotations and gets back into the act offensively.
And Raven Colvin is a good server. This is a really good rotation for the Atlanta Vibe. Something to note, Iko Jones in on the right side, maybe looking for a big block over there.
And Hannah Maddox has heated up, so they're looking for that bigger block, to your point. Maddox hits it off the block. It's playable for Atlanta, and Iko Jones tools the Orlando block for the kill. Iko Jones, who had a tremendous career at the University of Louisville, joined the Atlanta roster a season ago, and what a quality pickup she's been.
And the Vibe just triple blocked Hannah Maddox. That was really fun to watch.
Couple of points in a row for Atlanta, and Amy Pauley is going to call a timeout, a decided momentum shift in the first third or so of this third set, equalizing things at 11, Madison.
I love both coaches going deep into their roster, going deep into their bench to make things happen. We saw that with the Valkyries and Colby Neal, and then we saw with the Atlanta Vibe with Aiko Jones. Aiko Jones coming in, making a big impact. She's one of those players that can completely be an X factor. We saw it this season. We've seen it all last season. So with both of these benches, everyone has to be ready.
I think it is worth mentioning too, Madison. You look at the Orlando side of things. For those who are just tuning in, no Brittany Abercrombie, the reigning league MVP. Kaz Brown still not back for Orlando. And for folks who are wondering, okay, well, what about Charity Looper? Heard today that maybe not 100% in terms of being under the weather. Again, nothing significant, but you know, this is a marathon, not a sprint, Madison.
Yep.
And so Amy Pauley and her staff want to make sure that they're doing right by their players, not forcing them onto the floor if they're not feeling well, if they're tweaking something, you know, in their ankle or their knee. And so Orlando is decidedly shorthanded here and putting up a good fight. Nia Chimay has been a huge contributor, and there's another kill for number 7.
That's Nia Chimay's 10th kill, hitting right above 200. Something to note, Hannah Maddox, while we're talking about her, 15 kills, and we're only in the third set.
5th match played for Maddox, who serves for Orlando. She's gone over 10 kills in 3 of them. Digs that ball up and out. Leah Edmond watched it the entire way.
Hannah Maddox doing the best she could there. That was a powerful swing, a whole lot of power behind that attack. That's a difficult ball to get up and keep on your side.
We remain tied at 12 as Aiko Jones serves. Courtney Schwann played up by Timmer. And Edmond. Boy, we are talking about how Nia Chimay is a jumper and a thumper. Leah Edmond very much the same.
And it's the torque in the body. It's almost like a full body crunch. Watch her at the top of her attack, just driving through that ball with her entire body. That's where you get your power.
Chimay. Leah Edmond in there for that block deflection. Here she is in transition into the cross court, going 4-4. Look how hard she works in transition too, Madison.
That's such a good point. It really is the work in between when you're attacking the ball that makes all the difference. She is all the way off in the net, which allows her to have that 4-4 sharpness in her approach.
2-point lead for the Vibe. Orlando would love to get Foster going offensively. She has had a couple of blocks, but Atlanta is able to win the rally. Would have taken 4 contacts there for Orlando to get the ball back over. Atlanta 1 point away from sending us to the technical timeout here in set number 3. Better first contact there for Orlando, but Schwann has to attack from off the net regardless. Out of system, going to Schwann. Off speed, picked up by Edmond, and that is still alive. What a play by Timmer. Chimay on the attack into the antenna point to Atlanta, and that indeed will send us to our technical timeout here at Addition Financial Arena. The Vibe leading set 3 by 4.
Hey. Okay. All right. All right.
here in Orlando off the technical timeout in set number 3. Atlanta won set 1. They lead the third set by 4, make it 5. Corey Lewis off the overpass puts it down. And boy, for a middle who has struggled to put balls down in this match, struggled to connect with her setter Avery Carlson, maybe it's just something like that. A tailor-made look off of an open net that might get her going. Schwann, dug up by Rampelberg. She has been rock solid for Atlanta. And Aiko Jones is the beneficiary. Her service will continue.
I called Aiko Jones the X factor. Also, the defense for Atlanta has been really good. Corey Lewis is putting a lot of work reaching to touch those balls. Rampelberg's been really good, and the Vibe's been good at scoring in transition when they get those plays.
Schwann, what an approach by Courtney Schwann there.
And that's a part of the Valkyries game that can make a difference. That's Courtney Schwann's second kill on 7 attempts in this set, hitting just around 0. So they do need more production from someone else to get back in this.
Strong serve there by Natalie Foster, but her service will end off the joust. Boy, I know it's short-lived. I know she's missed a couple of times, but the service pressure she has generated consistently tonight has been awfully impressive.
Yep, the Valkyries passing in this set at 24% positive or good. So it's been the service pressure that's made the difference.
Leah Edmonds spots it on the end line. That is ace number 2 for her. And Amy Pauley is going to call a timeout with the lead all of a sudden 7 for the Vibe.
You see the pace behind that serve, and then also it's dropping. It's not flying out of bounds. She contacts that ball perfectly with her palm. Nice strong wrist. And what that does is it causes the ball to drop in. I think all of the Valkyries thought that that ball was going to be out. There's a little bit of hesitation there as well. The Valkyries came out in this set really aggressive.
Yes.
Really in system, in sync. But the Vibe just hasn't gone away. They've continued with that pressure, and the Valkyries have folded just a little bit.
Atlanta led at the technical timeout by 4. Since then, they have gone on a 6-1 run. And the service error puts an end to it.
That was a smart timeout by Amy Pauley. Stop the momentum a little bit, try and ice the server. Now the Valkyries have to serve aggressively and make some plays in transition.
Chimay goes short. And Bree Kelly attacked a ball that Atlanta still had the opportunity to set. Boy, we've seen a few of those calls here so far tonight, more so than I remember seeing in a match quite a bit.
I agree. I think it's the most that I've seen too, and really what I think it is both teams just being so aggressive. Both teams really want it.
I mean, there you go, right back the other way. Timmer did well to lay off for Atlanta. And Courtney Schwann is starting to get going here in this set. If you're Orlando, hey, you have to have a never say die attitude. You're running out of time though. If you can get her going regardless, Madison, big development.
And Courtney Schwann is very low error. Like, she's very good with her range and very low error, so I love the fact that they went to her then.
Timmer off speed and in front of Nia Chimay.
Talking about going into the bench, Bia Timmer did not start, but Coach Caleb Banworth told us between her and Ava Martin, they need a mix, a happy medium of ball control and point production.
Carlson will serve for the Vibe. Pusic will set the out of system for Hannah Maddox. And Hannah Maddox has been, I think they need to start calling her automatics.
Yeah, she's having a great night, and she's carrying a large load for this team. She's getting targeted on serve receive time and time again. A lot of the times, she's trying to muscle through these passes. The setter is off the net. She does a great job at staying patient on her approach and still scoring.
I like this move here by Orlando. Colby Neal gave them a boost offensively. They're going to rotate her into the net here for Natalie Foster, and she gets her hands on a ball right there. Off the D-ball, there's Chimay.
The Atlanta Vibe doing something a little different there. Aiko Jones running through the middle, attacking out of the middle. But good defensive play. And then Nia Shmay has been automatic on that D-ball. You absolutely need that attack. With Brittany Abercrombie out, Nia Shmay has been so consistent from the backcourt.
And Madison, that transition started with the fresh middle on the floor, getting a block deflection and giving her teammates a chance. More service pressure from Orlando. Off 1 foot, there's Neal. Let me introduce myself.
Welcome to the party. Colby Neal, so consistent on the slide, running the route with power like a train coming through, swinging so aggressively. Shout out Courtney Schwann. The ball control on that girl is absolutely elite. They could run through all of their options. That's when the Valkyries are at their best. I love the aggression from Colby Neal. And the trust that Shampoo has in her new player.
I have to say, you know, the way this is trending, I would not be opposed, you know, I don't think Orlando fans would be either if they leave Courtney Neal in this fourth set that we're going to see at minimum. I would not be surprised if she starts that fourth set for Orlando. She has been a real lightning bolt off the bench.
And like you said, what doesn't show up on the stat sheet was the block touch. That extends the rally, that gives them a chance, and then 3 for 3. Hitting perfect 100 every time she's gotten set. We've seen her a variety of ways, but that slide attack has been really terminal.
That having been said, when she rotates to the back row, you're still going to have Natalie Foster serve. Ace Queen still got to do Ace Queen things. That's a net ball.
Volleyball is a game of momentum. You'll see both teams go on runs. Right now, it's all the Valkyries controlling the pace.
Really nice service run here for Bree Kelly. Lead down to 3. She goes short. Picked up by Colvin, who goes back to work offensively, tools the block. Smart swing high to the block and out. An important one for Atlanta.
And I talk about the short serves, trying to disrupt the route, but no, Raven Colvin, beautiful 3 pass right on the head of her setter, and then was up in the air ready to attack.
Atlanta goes short off the Timmer service. Shmay would want high hands. She won't get the call, and after Orlando made things interesting, I think we're going to see a challenge here. Can't take it with you, might as well.
I was just about to say, you might as well.
Orlando is challenging block touch.
And again, that is Landry Hampshire, our R1 official, who is announcing the call. Michelle Prater will take a look at the monitor and examine all of the multitude of angles that our MLV replay system provides. Really cool technology that gives you really clear, precise proof of what did or did not happen. Again, we're looking at what Orlando believes is a net fault, and it's so important, right? Madison, if you are the Valkyries, potential for a 2-point swing, you take away a set point opportunity for Atlanta as well, and now you go from being down by 5 to being down by 3 potentially.
Exactly, this is a huge point. If the Vibe does get it, and they did, now they have set point.
After
and
review,
this is what
there
led
was
to
no
the
block
call,
touch.
and you can tell clearly there is no block touch. Worth a look, though, if you're Orlando. Cannot fault the Valkyries one bit, as Timmer serves set point for Atlanta here in set 3. Tight. Maddox. Turn back. Another look for Hannah. That is wide, and Atlanta takes the 2-1 lead. Really fun third set, Madison.
Atlanta just played cleaner down the stretch, hit 345, very efficient in that set. And like you said, now they take the lead.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling.
At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball. Trusted by generations, built for champions.
What's our vibe? It's explosive. It's powerful. It's fun. Every serve hits hard. Every block hits harder. This is Atlanta's pro volleyball team. All ATL. All vibe. The energy is unmatched. Come see what the hype is about. Catch the vibe and get tickets now at atlantavibe.com.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Addition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
Must-win fourth set for Orlando here at Addition Financial Arena. Madison, if the Valkyries want to avoid going 1-3 at home to start the season, what do they have to do?
They got to work on the pass, get that first contact a little bit more locked in. I think the middles need some love as well. We'll see.
Shampoo reverses the flow, goes to Chimay with the first look, and the first point of this fourth set will go to Atlanta.
Something that stood out to me in that last set with the vibe, they had 7 players on the board with a kill. Avery Carlson is running a very balanced offense.
Timmer will go back to serve. Atlanta on the left, Orlando on the right. Hannah Maddox has led the charge offensively for the Valkyries. And really, Madison, Shampoo's done a nice job of getting the outsides and the right sides involved in equal fashion. To your point, got to get to the middles, though.
And it's hard when the pass is off the net. It's almost impossible when you're behind the 3-meter line.
Off the pick, there's Timmer. Same thought for Maddox, but that was a tailor-made block for Raven Colvin.
Raven Colvin is so physical up there at the net. I say the word invasive a lot. You have to be invasive over onto the other side and seal off the net. She's very disciplined when it comes to that.
Came into tonight as the co-league leader in blocks with 22 to this point this season. Another bick for Hannah Maddox. Edmond swatted to the floor. That's a net fault, though, on Orlando.
The Valkyries with 2 messy plays. Atlanta's got 3 points, so 2 of those points came from those just little mental errors in the net. We'll see if they can clean it up.
First 25 win by 2 here in this set. If Atlanta wins it, they win the match 3-1. If Orlando wins it, we go to a 15-point tiebreak in the 5th. Colby Neal will head back to serve. She did, in fact, get the starting assignment in this set. Quality serve and over the net. Atlanta is called for being, we have seen that a lot.
Setter back row. We have more than I've ever seen.
Aiko Jones grabs a hand into the cross court. by Chimay, tipped to the floor by Corey Lewis.
That's exactly what Coach Kayla Banworth told me that they're working on with Corey Lewis is her inside hand. Watch that inside hand in the court, tracking the ball. It's almost like your hands are two different entities. She was able to extend that inside hand and get the block.
Schwann, off serve receive to the attack. Leah Edmond, just get the paintbrush out. Paint that line, why don't you?
Iko Jones with the scrappy dig. Coach Banworth said we're going to have to play scrappy defense if we're going to beat the Valkyries with how dynamic their offense is. And they're playing really good defense. And then when you have Leah Edmond out there as an outlet, she's so consistent.
If there has been a bugaboo for Atlanta tonight, there have been a few too many of those. Feels like Orlando's had the edge in the block department, and then the service errors have been a bit of a problem for the Vibe.
Yep, 9 total in this match.
Timmer. Schwann with the off speed. Strong block by Orlando, still up though. Kelly off the back one, Brie Kelly.
There's that middle love, and you know when Shampoo gets that ball closer to the net, she's going to make an effort. Coach Amy Polly said she's put that on herself. She demands that from herself to set the middle more, and that was a great situation to do so.
D-ball look for Iko Jones. Missed the sideline looking for the cross court.
Little bit of a break for the Valkyries there. The Vibe has been pretty efficient offensively.
Couple of miscues, couple of missed serves. That is tight to the net. Orlando pulls it out. Maddox, 1v1 out of the back row. Good ball here. And Hannah Maddox had an open net and made the Vibe play.
That's a part of the nuanced offense that Amy Polly brought Hannah Maddox in for. All 4 routes up at the same time. Corey Lewis just not lined upright. It's hard when you've got so many routes coming at you, and Hannah Maddox can identify those arms and swing crossbody and down.
Made the Vibe pay there, I should say. They're still playing, though, regardless. I guess I wasn't technically wrong. Nice swing there by Leah Edmond. And Madison, this is not breaking news. Leah Edmond does a lot of things as she, of course, goes back to serve while I'm making this point. But of all the things she's done tonight, she's taken 30 swings. She's put 16 down. She's hitting nearly 500. There's been the occasional error in there. But for somebody who swings as often as she does, to be as efficient as she has been, Atlanta has needed her to be brilliant, and she has been that and more.
Brilliant's the perfect word, hitting .438. This will be her 7th match out of 8 where she's had 16 or more kills.
She's a really good server, too. 2 aces tonight, in fact. Boy, Hannah Maddox isn't seeing a whole lot of traffic in front of her at the net off that pick, and that is another point for Orlando. 8-7 in favor of the Valkyries, who must win this set to send us to a 5th. Good pass there by Rampelberg. And Pia Timmer, the beneficiary, number 7 for Atlanta.
One of Pia Timmer's strengths is the variety at which she attacks. She's got a lot of tools in her offensive toolbox, and there, her full approach in front of her, got the full momentum, deciding to swing deep cross court.
Timmer, who hails from Germany, played her college volleyball at Wazoo. Back row combination, Chimay off the pick, and Maddox off the pin. Timmer swinging again, no touch by the Valkyries. Point Orlando.
That was a hard situation for Pia Timmer. She did a good job of transitioning off the net, kind of got turned around a little bit, as you do in that play. So all she could do there was get underneath it a little bit, try to grab some fingertips, but wasn't able to.
Send Brie Kelly back to serve. Another tight ball. Maddox does what she can with it, and that ball found the floor. That's the right call by Landry Hamscher.
Bree Kelly going for the pancake. Been really impressed by Bree Kelly's serve. She's mixed in a couple short. She's done a good job with the service pressure, but there, Avery Carlson did a really good job at hanging in the air, pressing over the net. Really good hang time.
A very tight fourth set, at least so far. Maddox off the net, never matter.
It's the range from Hannah Maddox and also the delay of the swing. She's going up. It's almost like she hesitates for a second. The block's leaving some space. She's got a good amount of angle, not a ton, but when she contacts it so high, she's got those sharp angles.
Service error there by Shampoo. And, well, we've got the momentary delay off the service error. I think it's worth mentioning, right? Like, Hannah Maddox has only played in 4 matches coming into this. She was an all-star last year. That is how deep the Valkyries run.
They've got 4 amazing options for the outside, and Coach Amy Polley can kind of pick and choose depending on matchups or what she needs from those players in those moments. It's such an advantage to have that kind of depth.
So as she goes back to serve, 20 kills for Hannah Maddox, hitting nearly 300. And then goes off speed. Courtney Schwann didn't have her full approach. Strong block touch by Orlando. Edmond this time threads the block. Chimay, no touch by Atlanta. Point to the Vibe. We are tied again at 11.
Good out-of-system set by Teodora Pusic. Really well done. As a libero, you have to have that aspect of the game on lock if you're going to play at this level, and both of those liberos do.
She has 6 assists, does Pusic, number 12. Off the gap, there is Colby Neal. First time she's been dug up. And got in there on that blocking pattern, but was tooled for the kill.
Leah Edmond has such an advantage over blockers because of the vertical, the height that she gets. She doesn't let that ball drop. She's not letting it drop from its peak. She is meeting it at its highest point, following through to tool the high hands.
All of a sudden, Raven Colvin back to serve. That misses wide. Point to Orlando. That is 4 service errors by Atlanta in this set.
Oof. Oof.
And an ace on the backside.
I never thought I would say oof on air, but yeah, 4 service errors, that definitely makes a dent. It's difficult to beat the Valkyries when you have that. They've had good service pressure, and speaking of good service pressure, Colby Neal, really well done.
Good pass there. Edmond goes off speed. Shampoo picks it up on the pancake. And Orlando sends it over off the free ball. Coach Jones on the attack. And Nia Chimay couldn't get there.
That's a tough one. Good defense by the Valkyries. Just a little bit of hesitation from a couple players, and they weren't able to get that ball up. It's a good block touch. That's exactly what you want. Block touch, middle back, defender able to dig it. Just wasn't able to get it up.
Tight and put down. Easy pickings for Corey Lewis.
Coach Banwart said defensively, we're working on the inside hand and eye work. And right there, she's staying ready. She's present. She's ready for the overpass, and that's a gimme for a middle blocker.
Schwann. Boy, we're seeing her put some heat on the ball into the cross court, really charging in on her approach. Courtney Schwann has found another gear here over the last couple of sets, Madison.
And that's exactly what you need from an outside. They have to be one of your main point production producers, and she's becoming that.
And Leah Edmond has embodied that for 3 seasons.
This is such a back and forth battle. It's funny, both teams offensively trying to get into a rhythm last set. They've been working through some stuff. Well, both teams are in a rhythm now, and this is what you get when you get really good volleyball. It's a side-out game, back and forth.
Boy, how narrow was that? Just kissing the tape on the service. Colby Neal with another kill. Excuse me, I think that was Bree Kelly, my bad.
No, you're good. Middle blockers getting involved, exactly what Shampoo wanted, exactly what she's demanding of herself. I said it before, that was kind of lacking in the last couple of sets because of the pass. Well, now the pass is getting more towards the net. They're able to run the full offense.
15-all. Winner of this point will take us to the technical timeout. Pia Timmer wants it to be her in Atlanta. In fact, it will be. Marvelous swing there by Pia Timmer, and that will send us to the set 4 stoppage. Midway through, Atlanta has a chance to win the match in full.
Pony Club.
One-point lead for Atlanta here in Orlando. A chance to win it in 4. Taylor Smith, formerly Taylor Head, who played her college volleyball at Arkansas and Florida States, checks in on the service. Hannah Maddox goes down the line, but I think she caught the antenna there, Madison, and that'll be an attack error on number 14. 2-point lead now for the Vibe.
And that'll happen when you over-rotate as an attacker. You're swinging through, but you're over-rotating with your body, and that can cause you to swing out.
Another service opportunity here for Taylor Smith. 7th time she's checked in this season. And another error by Orlando. Courtney Schwann just popping it into the net.
It's a rare ball control error by Courtney Schwann. But this is what you don't want if you're the Valkyries. The Vibe really lengthened their lead late in the set, last set. In the red zone, they were really good. They had the momentum and they carried it. And the Valkyries, what that did was cause them to have some errors, just like we just saw. So you don't want that if you're the Valkyries. I love the decision to timeout.
I was going to say, it feels like a really good timeout by Amy Pauley and Orlando. You got to do whatever you can to stop the momentum. You get 2 timeouts per set. You get 1 challenge per set. Of course, we don't really talk about this much. You get 8 substitutions per set. These teams go 5-1. The chance of really burning through the majority of those substitutions is not really that high. We don't really see that come into play very often unless you go beyond 25, but worth mentioning nonetheless every so often. As it stands, a 3-point lead for Atlanta, who used one of their 8 substitutions to bring in Taylor Smith. She'll continue her service here off the backside of the technical timeout. Good pass there by Schwann. And Bree Kelly puts it away off 1 foot.
Yeah, I don't know why target Courtney Schwann. There's got to be a reason there, but
yeah,
her first ball contact is really good. The Vibe has been going after Hannah Maddox for majority of this match. Really good swing by Bree Kelly. Very good off of 1 foot and in front of the setter. You wouldn't be able to tell she's a rookie with how physical and disciplined she is.
Each of Orlando's rookie middles have made positive contributions in this match. That was too hot through the back of the court. Missed the end line on the attack. So just like that, Orlando strings together consecutive points and trims the Vibe lead down to 1. Edmond takes it on first. Timmer off speed, picked up by Chimay. Maddox beats the double block, and we are tied.
Nia Chimay's floor defense has been really good. That was a good read by her. Watching the shoulder drop of Pia Timmer, noticing the tip coming, laying out for it. And what I love from Hannah Maddox is she rarely does an off-speed shot. She is swinging through that ball with aggression every single time, and that's exactly what you needed from the Valkyries. You also needed to keep it in, consistency, making less errors, and they did so to catch up.
You know, you made an interesting point there. The floor defense of Nia Chimay. And when Amy Pauley was walking me through Brittany Abercrombie not being available, and she said, look, you know, on the block, I feel pretty comfortable with Nia Chimay being up there. I'm comfortable with what she does offensively. If there's one area that I think Brittany Abercrombie has the edge, it's probably floor defense. And you're, for context's sake, you're talking about an 8-year pro versus somebody who played a little bit for Grand Rapids last year and just recently graduated from SMU. Naturally, you're going to have a little bit more polish in that area as an 8-year veteran, but that's a huge play and a huge moment by Chimay.
That's a great point. She's been exactly what they needed her to be in that right back position. She's got 8 digs. If the Valkyries do get this set, she could be heading towards a double-double. She's got 11 kills.
She extends the service run for Bree Kelly. Atlanta takes one of their timeouts. Timmer on the attack. Opportunity for Orlando. Shampoo goes pin to feed Maddox. Timmer turned back by the block. Another effort for Timmer, and Colby Neal says no, ma'am.
From my angle, you could see Pia Timmer. She wanted that hard cross-court shot, turned her body. She wants to rip it in. Watch this, Colby Neal diving those arms into the seam, closing off that seam. That was a really good read by Neal.
How big have these rookies been for Orlando?
Huge.
And an opportunity coming for the Valkyries right here. Neal recycles off the block. Now here's Maddox, off speed over the top. What a shot. What a decision.
And it's so ironic because I was just saying she's so aggressive. She hasn't done any off speed. Well, this is exactly why Hannah Maddox is having success right now, because of how hard she's attacking the ball. Defense is on their heels. You can mix that up, a short shot, because the defense isn't expecting it.
Yeah, imagine being a baseball player at the plate, seeing nothing but fastballs, and then you finally get a changeup.
Yep, perfect analogy. Good response by Atlanta Vibe. Good set by Avery Carlson. I talk about the balance. That's something that Coach Kayla Bantworth is working on with her. The decision-making, how to balance it out. She's done so really well.
Let's send Avery Carlson back to serve. Maddox carves it inside the double block. Hannah Maddox is on a heater.
In this set alone, that's Hannah Maddox's 8th kill. Only 1 error. She's had 16 attempts. She is getting the ball a lot in this set and has all night, and she's risen to the occasion.
21-19 Orlando. Must-win set for the Valkyries. Aiko Jones is turned back by Neal.
Coach Amy Pauley has got to be happy with her draft selection in Colby Neal.
Timeout Atlanta. It's a smart one by Kayla Bantworth.
Colby Neal's eye sequence has been really good. She's played disciplined net defense. She's not guessing. She's not moving which way or the other. She's waiting, reading the set, going in, and then diving those arms. Also being invasive as well.
Boy, this has really taken a turn for the dramatic, hasn't it, Madison?
You have to appreciate the Valkyries' response. In that last set, I alluded to it. Atlanta Vibe got into the red zone first and carried it. The Valkyries didn't fight back as much as they could have. Well, they fought back big time. They were down by a few points nearing the red zone, and they're back in it with only 3-25.
Hannah Maddox is approaching her MLV career high. 2 kills away, in fact. At 24 currently. She had 26 a season ago when she was in Vegas against, of all teams, the Atlanta Vibe. Colvin off 1 foot. That is long.
Raven Colvin in this set has only been set twice. That's her first error. She had 1 kill. But that's a testament to the service pressure from the Valkyries as well.
Orlando's done a better job of running the middle than Atlanta here in this set. They've manned the net well as well. Another positive block touch. Off the gap, Neal turned back. It'll be Maddox. Pusic there to cover. Out of system, Chimay. And Ava Martin has checked back onto the floor and rolls it into the campfire. Atlanta's just trying to figure out what that L2 looks like. Who is going to give them the lift?
And now Ava Martin going out. Pia Timmer back in. I asked Coach Kayla Banworth about this. She said we need a mix. We need a mix of point production and ball control. And I love how she's using her outsides.
Orlando 2 points away from sending us to a fifth. Schwann takes it on first. Maddox, good cover by Schwann. Missed opportunity there for the Valkyries. Neal, strong net defense. Another opportunity for Atlanta. Oh, she popped it over. Oh, are you kidding?
Ball control error from the Vibe. Hannah Maddox capitalizes. She's been on fire. That's one of those, if you're the Vibe, you wish you had that back. You gotta keep that on your side. Really good placement by Hannah Maddox as well, going deep to that area one.
Set points for Orlando. Leah Edmond, of course, staves off one of them. What a match.
I mean, it's been so much fun, back and forth. Leah Edmond does such a good job at getting on the ball every single time. She's on top of it.
That'll send Raven Colvin back to serve. Targeting Maddox, not a bad idea. Chamay gets the seed and seals the set.
That was a grind of a red zone for the Valkyries, and now it's tied 2-2.
Are you not entertained? A fifth set is coming your way next.
Hey Orlando, it's game time. Your women's pro volleyball champions, the Orlando Valkyries, are back and ready to win. Enjoy the night out and feel the excitement of big plays, incredible athletes, and non-stop action. Every rally brings the crowd to its feet. Every point is a moment to cheer together. This is world-class volleyball, live at Addition Financial Arena. Don't just watch the game, be part of the celebration. Get your tickets now at orlandovalkyries.com.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Addition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Kayla Banworth's team silencing the skeptics.
We have had a phenomenal team as we look to bring home a championship in season 3.
We're continuing to get better, and I'm really excited because we haven't played our best volleyball yet.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Fifth set coming your way here in Central Florida as we get week 5 fired up in the MLV. And how can you not be fired up as Atlanta and Orlando go 5? Yet again, they've done it at least once every single season so far, including Orlando's franchise opener back in 2024. And if you are Atlanta, what a good start that was. A positive swing out of the middle by Raven Colvin.
And that's what you want right out of the gates. Establish the middle, right behind the setter. Quick set, beautifully done. It was a good block touch, just a little bit out of the reach of Courtney Schwann.
This fifth set different than the first 4. We only played a 15, must win by 2. Anna Maddox 1 kill away from her MLV career high. Boy, Orlando has just been so stingy at the net. Good reflexes, though, by Atlanta off the redirect, and they win the first 2 points.
Something interesting to note there, the Atlanta Vibe triple blocking Hannah Maddox, which is smart. Maddox had 9 kills in that last set alone. The next highest for the Valkyries was 2 by Bree Kelly. So the Atlanta Vibe obviously knows the game plan. They are focusing on Hannah Maddox.
Nia Chimay carves that ball off the block. And if you're going to put 2 in front of Hannah Maddox, that does leave some of those 1v1 opportunities elsewhere. So keep an eye on that, depending on where Atlanta decides to send the extra blocker. That's the best look Corey Lewis has had all night, and that is the best swing she has put on the ball all night.
It's very true. What Corey Lewis does well is she gets on top of the ball quickly, and since she contacts it so high, she creates so many sharp angles for herself in the attack.
And don't forget, early in that 4th set, really for the first half of that 4th set where it was tied, Atlanta could have led by as many as 4, but they had 4 early service errors. That has been a problem. Leah Edmond has not been a problem. What great defense, though, by Maddox. That 3rd contact won't get over.
It's good effort and also a good swing by the Vibe, recognizing Colby Neal is in left back. It was great effort by Colby Neal. It was a good up. They just weren't able to score. Atlanta Vibe out to an early lead, but you cannot count out the Valkyries.
Schwann into the cross court. There is another kill for Courtney Schwann. I don't know what her total is going to end up being. She's not usually an extraordinarily offensive player. She's valued for what she can do in the back row, but she has really started to rack up the kills of late.
Watch the decision-making from Sean Poo to not set the middle, but the middle blocker for the Vibe, jumping with Bree, and then it was a one-on-one situation.
Off the pick. Hannah Maddox is dug up and over. Bree Kelly tried to punish it back to the floor. Off speed, that's good enough. Guess who?
It's kind of like the battle of Hannah Maddox and Leah Edmond a little bit. Both of them so vocal, wanting that back row attack, calling for it every time. They get run out of the back row a lot. That was smart by Leah Edmond to take something off of it. Defense on their heels.
Chimay. Dug by Edmond. Timmer off the block. Had a system ball coming for Chimay off the D ball. Inside the block and down.
Raven Colvin there trying to cover herself, just wasn't able to. We talked about it before, but you gotta have that presence on the right area of the court, right side of the court. Nia Chimay very consistent on the D ball. Out of system set, but she took her time on her approach, contacted it well, and I like the aggression she brings to that attack.
Boy, Conrad has had to run under the net a lot tonight. Oh my, nearly a trickle ace. Good coverage by Atlanta. They'll reset. And off the pick, Leah Edmond. She's just so good.
Block on their way down a little bit there. Leah Edmond hesitating and then driving through the ball. So the block was on their way down, triple block up, but Leah Edmond, her efficiency has been incredible. We'll get you those numbers in a moment.
As a team, Atlanta hitting 600 in this 5th set. Orlando hitting north of 400 themselves. Off 1 foot, Kelly. Played up by Edmond. Looking for another back back row attack and kill. She'll get it.
All right, to my point earlier, 24 kills now for Leah Edmond, hitting well above 467. That is absolutely incredible numbers from a pin attacker.
With this being a 15-point set, the technical timeout comes at 8. Atlanta 1 point away from sending us there. And that's exactly what they'll do. So we'll take a technical timeout in Orlando. These teams will swap sides, and we'll conclude the 5th after this.
Pony Club.
Back here in Orlando, a 5th set that Atlanta leads by 4. The 4th time in 10 meetings that these two teams have gone to a 5th and final set, and Leah Edmond has led the charge. 24 kills for Leah, and it's worth mentioning that her career high, Madison, is 27, set in the first ever match of the MLV a few years ago when they won on the road in 5 in Omaha. She took 70 swings that night. She hasn't come anywhere near that tonight, but she has made a lot of important shots as Hannah Maddox misses wide.
And to your point on that, in this set, she is 5 for 5, hitting a perfect 100. So that's something that the Valkyries have to focus on. They have to slow her down if they're going to get back in it. They also can't afford attacking errors like what just happened.
And the service pressure there by Carlson is going to force an Orlando timeout.
That's been a really strong serving rotation for the Atlanta Vibe. Avery Carlson has brought the service pressure all night. And of course, when she's in the back row, then she's got all 3 attackers in the front. Leah Edmond's been really good from the back row. It's really just been the Vibe this whole set, coming out, asserting themselves. They're in a rhythm. Leah Edmond cannot be stopped as a team, hitting 636, got a couple of digs, a block, but really it's just been the Atlanta Vibe controlling the tempo and the pace of this set.
If you're Orlando, 2 things. 1, you're not done yet. And 2, if you're a fan of the Valkyries watching tonight, bear in mind, you're missing some key personnel tonight. You're still in a 5th set against a very good Atlanta Vibe team. If you're Atlanta, you mentioned the pace that they want to play at, the intensity, the scrappiness on D. A lot of those intangibles that Kayla Vanworth, they have showed up tonight. And just like I said when they played a 5-setter last year, if this is the version of the Vibe that shows up the rest of the year, they're going to be in really good shape. Vanderweide is turned back to the floor. Orlando went to the dub sub out of the timeout. Hannah Pukas, Lindsay Vanderweide. Numbers 2 and 8. Vanderweide, who was so huge for the Valkyries in that postseason run a season ago. Pukas is going to push to Maddox. Good cover there by Pusic. Another double block on Maddox. She'll look for high hands. She won't catch it. And Orlando's going to use their challenge right here.
Orlando is challenging block touch.
And at this point, you might as well. The blocking's been really good for the Vibe in this set. Raven Colvin has been moving so quickly laterally, getting there and closing. Great block touches by her. And sometimes, as an attacker, then you feel like you need to overextend yourself. You've got to do something out of the norm, and it can cause more hitting errors.
I think that's a great point, Madison. As you mentioned that, I know it's not all just the block numbers, right? Like, there's more to it than goes into whether or not your block puts a ball to the floor. But even in that department where Orlando has consistently had the edge tonight, with what you mentioned here in the 5th set, how strong Atlanta has been, now the Vibe lead at 9-8.
Interesting. Great stat. That's such a good point. I mean, really, it can be the difference maker.
It's a big challenge for Orlando. A lot of work to do. Atlanta in commanding shape here in this 5th set regardless, but trailing by 8 versus trailing by 6. The Vibe being within 3 versus being 4 off. It could matter, and because of that, it's worth a look.
You only get one. You can't take it with you, especially you can't take it with you because we're in the 5th set. Every point is so important in a 5th set, which is shortened to 15 points.
And I have to say, too, Michelle Prater is being very intentional with the looks, making sure she gets the call right. And I think that's something that you have to appreciate on both sides of the net here in a big moment, big situation in a 5th set. And look at that.
After review, there was a block
you can
touch.
See it there, the ring finger of the left hand of the right side blocker, just a little wiggle. Now let's see if the Valkyries can capitalize. You've got Natalie Foster on the service line, and that's who you want.
And Foster has 3 aces tonight. Foster has 4 aces tonight. Timeout, Atlanta.
That serve is so unpredictable. You think it's going one way and then it floats another way, or it dips right in front of you. That one with a little bit of a topspin action, so it just dove down right in front of Leah Edmond, who's been really good on the pass tonight. But no one is safe from Natalie Foster's serve.
Truer words have never been spoken. No one is safe.
Just a stat comparison in this set. The Valkyries hitting in the negative, the Vibe hitting 636. If that doesn't paint a picture of the offensive performance of these two teams in this set, I don't know what does. So the Valkyries are gonna have to dig deep. They're gonna have to serve aggressively. They're gonna have to make some big plays in transition, and they can't afford attacking errors.
Meanwhile, going back to Foster coming into tonight, 19 aces on the season, the next highest in the league, 9. A bigger gap from her to second than second to 0. She's looking for her 5th right here this evening alone. Good pass there by Rampelberg. And that puts an end to the Foster service run at 2. Great timeout by Atlanta.
You got to fight through that pass. Rampelberg did so really well. Got her platform out there, angled nicely, dropped that right shoulder. Great pass, and it is such a grind to pass that serve.
And Timmer, who was in the right side there off that rotation, now goes back to serve. Atlanta 3 points away from the match. Schwann to the floor on serve receive. That block has been all over Hannah Maddox. Theodora Pusic was trying to fight her way to the ball there. I think some of her teammates lost it.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Hannah Maddox, great up, but sometimes when you have an up like that, you lose the ball. You lose where it is. That can happen. You just hate for it to happen in a time like this.
Courtney Schwann steps in. Colby Neal puts that ball down off the gap. And I'll tell you what, this has been a really positive night for Colby Neal.
Yeah, I was just about to say, a great takeaway from tonight is Colby Neal being able to connect with both of her setters, Pukas and Shampoo. She's done a great job at coming into the lineup and being aggressive. The Valkyries are going to need a lot here.
4 kills on 7 swings, 2 blocks, a dig, and an ace for Colby Neal. Off the back one, Raven Colvin.
It's a great pass. perfect pass in system, 3 pass, so Avery Carlson could run through all of her options. Raven Colvin there going against the grain, dropping that thumb, driving it down the line. That's difficult to do from that angle.
And as she heads back to serve off the kill, Atlanta has arrived at match points. What a 5th set the Vibe have treated us to tonight. Maddox is going to equal her career high and save 1 of those match points.
Talk about bright spots of the match. It has been Hannah Maddox. She has been set well above 50 times, 62 times. And she's handled that pressure well.
I'll correct myself. She has a career high, and that is a huge rejection.
That's one of the reasons why Nia Shimei is in the game. One, offensively, she's done a good job, but defensively, her block is very disciplined. And against a big attacker, like Leah Edmond or the other outside, she's got to be big.
Orlando making a push still, though. Match point for Atlanta. Aiko Jones says that's enough of that. Atlanta thrives in 5 in Central Florida tonight.
With the game back and forth like that, tied 2-2, it really is who can come out and assert themselves quickly in the 5th set. And it was Atlanta. They were driving the tempo. They were driving the pace. They played very consistent defense. They hit 600 in a 5th set. That's really difficult to beat.
An impressive statement going away by Atlanta. They win all the odd sets tonight. Orlando won each of the evens. I think if you're rooting for Orlando, Madison, and tuning in tonight, there are some positives. Being shorthanded, I think you found some things. You gave this Atlanta roster a really good fight, but as you can see the faces of the Valkyries, moral victories aren't things that they are interested in. Next up for them, they reset to take on an Omaha team they beat in 5 in Nebraska not too long ago. What's the adjustment for the Valkyries, even if they don't have their full complement of personnel?
I mean, I think they were in it. They showed spurts of greatness. I think the passing overall was just a little bit off, but you can rest assured that you have got some stars in Hannah Maddox with 27 kills. Nia Shimei really stepped up. Shampoo did a good job at running through the middle. So I think if you're the Valkyries, your head is up. You know it's a long season, but overall, the Vibe handled the pressure. They had the mental fortitude that it takes to win a 5th set, and they did it well.
They certainly did. Next up for Atlanta, they will go on the road to Grand Rapids. For Orlando, as I mentioned, they welcome Omaha in a couple of days' time. Boy, I guess it's time for us to collect our breath. For Madison Fitzpatrick, for our entire crew on hand here in Central Florida, Sean Davison signing off from Edition Financial Arena, where Atlanta wins in 5.
Club.